I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is the Peddling Fiction podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. Back with me, of course, is the one and only Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. How's it going over there, Hillbilly Land?
Good. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's hot over here too.
I'm glad the rain finally moved on, but now it's just straight up hot as balls.
Yeah, I think the next couple of months are going to be like that because Greta Thunberg failed her mission.
Did you see? There was. Did you? I don't know if it was real or not, but there was a picture of Greta Thunberg's sister going around on Twitter.
That. I retweeted it. I think
that's probably why I saw it. Of course, you would have been.
Greta Thunberg's sister is pursuing her singing career. She wants to separate herself from her obnoxious, semi-retarded sister. But then she's like releasing some album and it's like about women's empowerment and like LGBTQIA plus bullshit. So that was my tweet. I was like, oh, great. So she's taking up the reins for having like obnoxious music. Yeah. Nice cans.
This has got to be fucking AI, right? Greta Thunberg,
it looks fake.
Beta Mona Lisa Thunberg says she's forging her own path as a singer, songwriter, and dancer while distancing herself from her sister's climate activism. The 20-year-old is finishing her debut 9-song album, which she says focuses on identity, women's empowerment, personal freedom, and LGBTQ plus themes. Beta says she has no interest in discussing Greta's activism, adding, "I'm not responsible for other people's lives." She also said she hopes to achieve worldwide fame, but cares more about building a fan base that genuinely connects with her music. There's no way this is real.
I was looking for the
sometimes
I sometimes I just comment on things to see if there's going to be a community note later, so I know if it's bullshit, because I can't go back through things and like find them again.
I know what, but I hate when I'm looking at Twitter on my phone and then somebody will send me a text message, and so I'll like tap on it to see what the text message said, and then I go straight back to Twitter, and as soon as I open it, there's the thing that I was just reading, and then all of a sudden refresh, and now there's and no matter how much you scroll, the thing that you were looking at is not there. It's fucking gone into the ether.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you remember who posted it, and then you can just look them up and go to their feed and find it. But half the time, I'm not even paying attention to that. I just see something that I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and so I start reading it, and then it's gone. Somebody needs to talk to Elon about that. Like, I only want when I hit the fucking refresh button. I don't want it to.
Yeah, I don't need it to automatically refresh.
Yeah, I don't need it to update itself every time I fucking blink.
It's not like a lot of effort too. It's just like you just click something with your finger and it refreshes immediately. It's not like you got to go through all these steps to get it to refresh. So like automating it really saves you absolutely no time or effort. Only downsides. Yeah, so if you're just listening, Greta Thunberg's sister is a lot more attractive than she is. if that picture is real.
If that picture is real.
But it sounds like she's just going to be a preachy, obnoxious singer, which I don't care for. I don't need LGBTQIA plus songs. I don't even know what that kind of song would be, but it sounds gay.
Oh fuck, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found an actual article about it.
There you go.
She's
All
pretty
right.
she's pretty chesty.
Yeah, super chesty.
She might have a promising career after all, especially if they get the camera angles right. And so that means she definitely should not go into European sports because they are not going to allow the camera angles.
What the fuck is Europe doing, man?
European athletics have released new photography guidelines. I need to find the actual article. So these photography guidelines explain what photographers at sporting events, specifically like track and field is what they've focused on, but also other like women's sporting events, what kind of pictures they are allowed to take and what kind of pictures they're not allowed to take. So absolutely no more pictures where you can see the female from, anything more than like rib cage or shoulders up. Like, not.
Yeah, read some of the description. Dude, fuck Europe, man. Oh God, they're ruining everything.
All right, so
the only reason you're watching women's pole vaulting is to check out their fucking ass while they're running and jumping.
Correct.
It's the only reason. Nobody cares about women fucking pole vaulting. Nobody.
Here's two examples of a good picture and a bad picture. The positive angle can offer a clean shot of an athlete after they land, showing their emotion. A negative angle is an image taken from an SSM replay, and the angle does not offer anything to the commentators or audience. It only offers a compromising image. Yeah, it's not like you're watching the person literally do the thing that you're watching them do. Like this is a
where is the fucking dumb bitch, the dumb chick that came up with this? Because the positive image is the one of them doing nothing, showing their emotions, and the negative image is them actually pole vaulting. That offers nothing to the audience.
Yeah, no. Watching them actually
offers nothing to me because I don't care about them getting over the fucking
watching them actually run and jump and do the thing that you're watching them do. That's a compromising image that offers nothing to the audience. We only need to see them before, when they're standing there pumping themselves up, and after, when they're either crying or celebrating. No, we don't need to
we need to get the reaction shots. Mm-hmm.
Can we just do away with women's sports now? Like between this and the train wreck that has been the WNBA for the last 3 years, like, can we? I'm not 3 years. I mean, the WNBA has been a train wreck for 20 years, but like it's really been brought to the forefront over the last 2 or 3. Like, can we just do away with women's sports and quit pretending that anybody gives a fuck?
Dude, well, it's also bad. Like these chicks, I'm sure they get huge followings on like Instagram and shit and popularity because they're gorgeous and they're pole vaulting or whatever, swimming, whatever the fucking other pictures were. If you're just showing their face, they're not going to get the notoriety they're looking for. So it's screwing the athletes over too. Because again, nobody gives a shit if they can pole vault or dive or anything like that.
There was some chick that
Sorry,
she was a hurdler for Texas A&M back 10 or 12 years ago. And she was really pretty. She would get her hair all done up and do her makeup. And she was also fucking fast and did hurdles. And she turned that in, like, when she was hurdling for Texas A&M, she had an Instagram and a YouTube channel, and it was just all her running and, acting cute and shit. She turned that into a fucking career. Like, she is a legitimate sports broadcaster in Texas and has, like, her own show and everything. Like, she managed to turn that into a thing, like a whole career. Like,
and it's not just because she was good at hurdles.
Right. The women who
Part of
understand how to market themselves can, take advantage of it. And I think that's why like the WNBA hates like Sophie Cunningham so much, because she just completely leans into like marketing herself as who she is and not being some, bull dyke basketball player.
Really, dude, I don't know what is going on with Europe, but it's like they work on the dumbest things.
Well, like you said before, never mind the 250,000 rapes. Let's try to make sure that photographers aren't catching a pole vaulter in a compromised position as they literally do the thing that they're doing.
Yeah, or did the they did this thing with bottle caps on a water bottle, like a plastic water bottle, or like a Coke or a Pepsi or something, where you can't take the cap off. It's attached to the rim of the bottle by like a little thread. So every time you fucking unscrew it, it's still like sitting there in the way when you're trying to fucking drink. I guess bottle caps flying around Europe was a huge problem. And so they came up with a regulation that you have to physically attach the cap to the bottle. Every time you're drinking a bottle of water, you got this little fucking cap flopping around. It's the most obnoxious shit ever. And it's hard to put back on because you can't really get it like flush vertically before you start threading it. So it's always like off kilter a little bit. It's retarded, dude. It's fucking retarded. But this is the shit that these people are working on while they have migrants raping their way through their countries. It's unbelievable. I just saw an article today in Sweden. A 5-year-old girl was stabbed in the neck by a 15-year-old boy who remains unidentified other than 15-year-old boy. The police do not want to comment on the 15-year-old boy. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's make sure we clean up those bottle caps and make sure nobody's ass is caught in an unflattering position on during pole vaulting. God damn it, dude. I want to round up these fucking people. I can picture exactly who's in charge of this in my mind. And I think you can too. And they don't look like Greta Thunberg's sister. I'll put it that way. Ugh. Ruining everything. It's the same people that are in charge of Hollywood, dude. They're ruining everything that was once great in Hollywood. They just systematically take down and okay, we're gonna take this one and we're gonna ruin it. And now we'll take this classic and let's ruin it. Let's take this one and fucking ruin it. Did you see? Oh, I don't think I sent you the one about Little House on the Prairie. Did you see that one? So no. I wasn't sure if they're doing like a remake of this. I thought I bookmarked it though. Yeah, here it is. Let me send this to you. I sent you the one on the X-Files. Is that real? Are they redoing the X-Files?
I hope not. Are
they rebooting? I think they're rebooting the X-Files with a fucking Arab and a black chick.
Yeah, God, I hope not. But
I think they are.
Like in this modern era of whatever the fuck we're doing. Like, I mean, we talked about it the other day, like the Odyssey coming out. The more I see of it, the less impressed I am with it. Like, did you see the thing where it was talking about the ship that they used? So they took this like big ass Viking ship, and that's what they used for Odysseus's ship in the Odyssey, except that type of ship didn't exist for about 800 years, or not 800, for about the Odyssey is set roughly 1200 BC. That Viking ship didn't come into existence until 800 AD. So about a 2,000 year gap where, ships like that just literally didn't exist. But that's what they used for. And then the pictures of John Barenthal and what's the kid that plays Spider-Man? Anyway, the two of them like with their
McGuire.
No, not Tobey Maguire, the new one. Yeah, that is the correct answer. Yes, but anyway, they're in their like armor and stuff, and it's like it looks like a cheap Temu knockoff of what cosplayers use whenever they go out. It's like,
I can totally picture it too. Yeah, it's like the plastic shit that you get for your fucking 5-year-old to play around with.
yeah, it looks like garbage. Like I've seen dudes at Renaissance fairs with better looking armor.
Yeah, dude, Hollywood really does not. They do not pay attention to that kind of detail, like historical accuracy with like items and props and things like that. If you know anything about the subject matter, you'll probably catch it. If you're a car guy and they're doing something with cars, you'll be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie showrunner Rebecca Schonenschein. Wow, the name says it all. Holy fuck. Anyway, Rebecca Schonenschein on why she rebuilt the Frontier Classic around a new lens. I think a lot of our pop culture portrays the West as men riding around with guns and solving problems with violence and posturing. But it's just not how it was settled. We really are trying to do a show that does not fall back on tropes of sort of masculinity. The West was literally settled by men riding around with guns and solving all of their problems with violence. That's it. Every time that peaceful settlers went to try to do shit, they ended up getting fucking scalped. And then the men riding in with guns ended up solving the problem with violence. That's how most of human history has been figured out. Men with weapons come in and solve the problem using violence.
I mean, this is on the level of the European thing. Like, let's strip out all the entertaining stuff, and you're left with this feminist crap from Jewy McJewface lady. That's the Jewiest name, Rebecca Schonenschein or something. That's the Jewiest name I've ever heard. That's like a cartoonish version of a Jewish person.
Remember the episode of Rick and Morty where Rick is the gym teacher is a vampire or something, and at the end Coach they wake Dracula up and they're like, hey, they killed Coach Ferratu, and he's like, wait, his name was Coach Ferratu? Like, no more like clever names. Just be Greg or something. It's like the Jews are doing that. This is like the Coach Ferratu of directors. It's like Rebecca Schonenschein. What the fuck?
It sounds made up. And she also looks super Jewy.
Yeah.
But this is great. So let's make a bunch of Westerns where we take out the guys with guns on horses. That'll play well. Take out all the good stuff and see what you're left with. And we had a picture up of the. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you want to do a story about the frontier, and you want to have a strong female lead, there are good ways to do that without just being like, yeah, we're gonna sabotage like literally all of human history and try to avoid doing these things because we think masculinity is problematic or some shit. It's like there was a Netflix Western series called Godless, and it was excellent, and it had strong female leads and but it was really good. Like, there are ways to do this stuff to not make it fucking gay and retarded. Like, we've talked about this with the gay characters that just get like ramrodded into every single show. It's like, there are ways to portray good gay characters and just, write a good character. Don't force bullshit into your story. It's been done to death too in so many things that now if you're going to do it, it has to be good. Otherwise, it's just fucking obnoxious and cringy. It's like Idris Elba really kind of showed an ability to read the room. Somebody asked him about the possibility of him playing James Bond. And maybe within the last 5 years or so, the rumors of him playing James Bond were relatively well received. But Hollywood has pushed so far on this ridiculous bullshit that when like a couple months ago asked about the possibility of him being cast as James Bond, he said, I really just don't think that it would. I don't think that having a black Bond would work. And
yeah.
And he was just, I mean, he's reading the room, like with the way Hollywood has forced a lot of that DEI into all of its products, and seeing the backlash that has started to come from that, as a lot of these projects are just objectively failing because people see what they're doing, and people are fed up with it. Like we've talked about this before. The woke progressive crowd don't spend money. They don't have fucking jobs. They're not going to the movies. They're not buying your shit. They will get out on social media and give you all the props for it, and they will go stand in the middle of the street and protest in the middle of the day, but they're not actually spending money. The people who care about this stuff tend to be more middle of the road or conservative leaning, and they're fed up with all of the woke garbage. And so we get to choose what we spend our money on, and we're not giving you money for progressive bullshit that we don't want. And so a lot of this stuff is starting to fail because they have alienated the people who actually spend money for so long that the people who spend money are like, fuck you, we're not giving you anymore.
Yeah, well, and I mean, if I had to choose a black James Bond, Idris Elba would probably be at the top of that list. Like that could actually have worked if they hadn't already ruined the possibility of it with 10,000 other fucking abortions before it.
What was it? It was the Charlie's Angels reboot where the lead actress Kristen Stewart said, "We're not making this movie for men. They said this is a movie for women." Well, it turns out women don't go to see Charlie's Angels movies because that's not why you see a Charlie's Angels movie. And then they got mad.
Women don't buy anything.
And then they got
go to
mad
movies because a man fucking buys them a ticket. They go to basketball games because a man bought them the fucking ticket. They go to fucking a concert. Men bought them the fucking ticket because they want to fuck them. That's why. Women are not fucking buying anything.
Damn, Johnny, just give away the game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. It's like, when was the last time you saw a woman be like, "Oh yeah, hey, I got like 4 tickets to this. Do you want to go?" Said no one ever. No woman ever said that. The guy's like, "Yeah, I got tickets to this. Why don't I take you?" And maybe if it's like a bunch of fat, unattractive women on a girls' night out, maybe they bought tickets to what's her face concert who just got married.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Yeah, the fat chicks have to buy their own tickets. Although not for long with those Ozempic. Those Ozempic fat chick ticket sales will plunge.
Oh man, I saw another one. There was another one that was one of those like proud fat chicks that
I think I saw that too.
Ozempic hit the market, and all of a sudden now she's like skinny and hot, and it's like
I'd never heard of that chick before either.
Oh, it was the one from Euphoria. Which if you haven't ever watched Euphoria, don't. Oh my god, it's awful. It's not awful, but it's awful. You know what I mean? Like the show itself is fine, but the themes and the ideas and stuff is pretty fucking a good summation of the downfall of our culture and society. But anyway, yeah, it was like the fat chick on that now all of a sudden she's like really skinny and hot, and
yeah, super hot.
It's like, wow.
That picture.
I mean, all it took was a little shot here and there, and body positivity's out the window.
Yeah, right. She was like 100 pounds lighter. Like it was crazy. But I don't think you can lose all that weight without having to have like
some skin removed and some
skin stuff.
Yeah, not like that anyway. Like if you're doing it the right way, where it's consistent diet, exercise without getting your stomach stapled and doing and liposuction and stuff. Like if you're actually doing it right, then your body will shrink to a large extent. And yeah, you may still have some sagginess when you're all said and done, but your body will kind of shrink itself naturally. But yeah, if you just drop a bunch of weight because you're taking a shot or something, that's got to create some sagginess and droopy skin and stuff that has to be, a little tuck needed.
By the way, I wanted to mention this when you brought up Elliot Page in the Odyssey, so I heard she's not playing Achilles.
Correct.
She's playing some other character.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. It's the one who tricked. It's the Greek who tricked the Trojans into taking the horse. Yeah. So plays a trickster, and it's
okay. So who started that fucking rumor that she was playing Achilles?
It was I don't know. The character was never listed on any of the cast listings for a long time. Like, it just had the name of actors and actresses, and it didn't have what role they were playing. So somehow that became the thing, was that Ellen Page was going to be playing Achilles.
Okay. Yeah, Forte, we talked about that on the last episode. She looks like it's exactly what I said. A kid stole her dad's suit, was playing adult dress up. Yeah. Dude, this is when is this gonna stop, dude? When I don't get it.
Well, and I know we've talked about this before. They don't care about making money. Like, that's the problem. Like, yeah, a studio will fire some people and they'll make a big deal over, this movie lost, this much money. But they don't care. Hollywood is a money laundering service. They're not worried about it. They don't need to make money. They just need to be able to show, where the money went.
Stop sexualizing women. Sorry, my whole feed now is just everybody's retweeting that fucking European thing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. New camera rules aim to stop sexualizing women athletes. Dude, you're not going to... Trying to tell human beings to stop sexualizing women. That's like trying to tell dogs not to eat a bone, chew on a bone. It's not going to happen. And it's impossible to happen. If that happens, the species ceases to exist. Like, it's not happening. Stop trying to fucking do this. God damn it, is it retarded? Stop sexualizing women. What should we sexualize then? The Elliot Pages of the world? Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
When did marketing people forget that sex sells, and like, you have a target demographic that you're trying
they
to
all
sell
got
things?
degree. They all borrowed $150,000 to get a degree in marketing from a fucking social justice warrior fat retard that's never worked in the private sector. And now we're being flooded. The whole fucking market is being flooded with these graduates with these degrees. Every time you go to college to get a degree, it's like an economics degree. You have to you basically learn the opposite of what economics is, and then you get the degree. So you learn how to not market, like how to ruin a product. There you go. Give us $150,000. We'll show you how to not market a product, how to destroy a fucking brand. And then you can go out there in the world and try to apply what you just learned and ruin brands. It's happening over and over and over again. And nobody seems to be learning this lesson. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Stop sexualizing women. No, I don't think I will. I'm going to continue sexualizing women. Yeah. Get rid of male masculinity and women's sexuality.
Well,
Who wants to live in that fucking world?
We've talked about it before, like, with the Bud Light stuff and video game stuff. It's like, understand who your target audience is, what they want, and just give them that. And instead, what they've done is decided that they don't like nobody likes making money anymore, so they're just going to start pushing all of this agenda bullshit. And it turns out that the people who were spending money on the thing that they wanted aren't going to spend money on a thing that they don't want. Wow, amazing how that works. And then we're bigots for not wanting to support the bullshit that we didn't want to begin with.
Dude, I don't know. It's just getting very frustrating. I'm not seeing any sort of. It just keeps going. They just keep coming up with retarded things to focus on. Like, who had no more sexualizing women athletes on their bingo card for 2026? Like,
we need a bunch of women athletes to come out and just be like, that's the whole reason I do this. What do you mean? Stop sexualizing me.
Yeah, I mean, go to a pool, go to a beach. Women are prancing around in thongs, claiming to not go to the gym. What are they wearing at the gym? Claiming to not want to be sexualized. Yeah, okay. All right. Should we get some more important news?
Well, I was gonna say, on to selling the people what they want. Well, this is a pretty libertarian audience that you've developed here, and I'm sure they want to hear about Lindsey Graham kicking the bucket.
Yeah, this was a surprise. Do you have any literature on it, or are we just gonna riff on it?
I don't know. I've got some other stuff, and
so the first headline I saw was that he died of like a brief illness, suddenly from a brief illness, and then it comes out that his heart basically like exploded. I forget the term for it, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, he says he told a staffer that he was having chest pain and to call 911 shortly before his death. So, yeah, it sounded like his heart just gave out, which he'd been traveling, hadn't he?
Yeah, the weird thing is that he just got back from a trip to Ukraine. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. Dude, I'm not gonna miss Lindsey Graham. I'll put it that way. I don't like it when people are like dancing on the graves of anybody that dies, but I also just fucking despise when politicians get these like huge ovations when they die. Why are we like, dude, we just had our 250th anniversary as a country. This was not supposed to be this thing where we idolize politicians and people in government. Why are we doing that? Why do we idolize? This is like the biggest case of Stockholm syndrome the world has ever seen. At best, this is like a necessary evil. At best. And at worst, it's a fucking criminal organization that steals from you and kills people and rapes little children.
Right. Like, these are just normal people who happen to be in a position of power because they were probably willing to do some pretty shady shit at some point in their lives. Or like, I think Lindsey Graham came in around the same time as like Ted Cruz, and they were kind of on the Tea Party coattails with, trying to rein in government spending and stuff. And so like the things that they came into office talking about and claiming to want to do seemed like noble ideas at the time. And then, here we are 25 years later, and they're still there, and none of this shit has changed. And,
all he used his power for was to promote just various wars. Like, there was never a war that he didn't want to get into. Do you remember that clip where like somebody was asking and he was just like, they just kept rattling off countries? It's like, yeah, we should go to war with them. Like, it's like China, Russia. It was just like, yeah, I want to fight them. I want to fight them too.
To Lindsey Graham's credit, he was one of the poorer senators. So
Yeah.
he didn't
He
use
only
his
died
position.
like $1 million.
Yeah, he didn't use his position to get, stinky, filthy, stinking rich like most of them do. And he was good in the Kavanaugh hearings whenever they were trying to Me Too Brett Kavanaugh with that.
Yeah, accuse him of being a gang rapist.
Yeah. Lindsey Graham was really good during that. Like he had his moments, but yes, he also never saw a war he didn't want to get into.
Yeah. And it's just like, man, I'm so sick of calling them like fucking public servants and just like, dude, no, these are liars. These are thieves. These are power hungry fucking pussy politicians. And okay, he didn't leverage it to the point where he makes hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know why. You might as well.
It's like
but it's just like, yeah, can we stop idolizing these people, please? All of them.
The Dick Cheney meme. It was like he's not even in the Epstein files. He just did all that for love of the game. Lindsey Graham wasn't in it for the money. He just wanted to bomb brown people. Fuck all that.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so he's even sicker than we thought.
And I mean, to be fair, after reading the gang rape report from Europe or from England, bombing brown people doesn't sound like that bad of an idea, honestly. So, maybe he was on the right side of history this whole time.
Touche. See,
that's what I'm here for.
Taking over.
That's what I'm here for, is to twist the worst things into, well, have you ever looked at it in this light, though? Maybe genocide's not so bad.
I mean, I'm pulling up, I don't know what it is about my like Facebook feed now, but yeah, it's like Vietnam, Thailand, because I just went to all these places. But like, I keep seeing these posts about fucking Thailand being invaded by Indians. I witnessed Vietnam. The invasion is full on. Like they're having a fucking D-Day in fucking Vietnam. Like there was a boat. It was like a couple days ago. One of these boats, they look like retarded boats, dude. They're totally encapsulated in Vietnam, and it capsized. 15 people died, all Indians. Like 15 Indians died. And that was probably half the family that was traveling that day. They're invading all of these countries. And the people are not very happy about it. So
speaking of Lindsey Graham, his sister is going to be taking his place.
What else is like? This is just nepotism. We're just gonna appoint your sister's just gonna take.
I saw a thing about that. Apparently, he and his sister were orphaned when they were really young, and he took his sister in to keep her from going into the foster care system and more or less raised her. Right? Yeah, so it's kind of a sweet thing. And like I said, I talked to you about before the show. I had to go look it up because I found out that the thing I said about Mitch McConnell being replaced was not accurate. They actually changed it in 2024, where Kentucky does a special election for replace. There's only like 4 or 5 states that the governor does not appoint somebody to fill in the interim. So Kentucky will actually do a special election if and when McConnell dies, which at this point it's probably too little, too late. But so the governor is allowed to appoint someone who will serve in the interim, and they will, like, the max that the interim person can serve is until January 3rd of the next year. So they will have, and Lindsey Graham had won his primary earlier this year. Yeah, fucking nuts. But they will, over the next 2 weeks, they will have an open enrollment period for new candidates to file to run for that seat, and then they'll hold a special primary the second week of August, and then that will determine who will be on the ballot in Lindsey Graham's place in November. So
okay.
So the
sister, it's like, what the fuck?
The sister is literally just a placeholder appointed by the
symbolic
governor
kind of thing.
Yeah, for the next few months.
Oh God, could you imagine? She'd be like, "This is what my brother would have wanted." It's like, oh God,
vote for every war.
Yeah, dude, I gotta find that interview that he was doing. Like, it was with like Maria Bartiromo or something. I'm trying to remember who it was with, but it was just, they were talking about some war, and then she just starts like rattling off other countries. He's like, yep, yeah, I want to go after them too. Oh man, I'm gonna find it. I will fucking find that. But yeah, our favorite closet homosexual passed away tragically this past weekend. And there are secretly just Zelensky in a wig. Oh God. So there are some conspiracy theories about this, that somebody had him taken out. He did. I mean, there was that, like, he did go over to Ukraine and was like pushing this war on them. Remember those clips? Maybe one of the Ukrainians got to him. Like, fuck you, dude. Pushing us into this. I don't know. 71's pretty young these days. It's not like too young to have a fucking massive coronary, but
I don't know.
To it.
I mean, he seemed like he was doing all right, but he was no spring chicken, not like old cocaine Mitch.
Oh yeah, we got proof of life.
Honey, show them you're okay. See, I told you he was okay.
AI's getting pretty fucking good, man.
The funny thing is, the original announcement that came from Mitch McConnell's office that went on his website had that picture
of him propped up in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
This picture here on the left, and there's the newspaper article that's in the picture and all of this other stuff, and then the internet got a hold of it, and some people were like, this is actually a picture from 2023 that's been edited to look like it's recent.
Is that right?
And the New York Post ran an article saying, actually, they looked at this, so that's why that picture has the Washington Post sports page on it. It was like, well, actually, this thing that he's holding in his hand here, that's a real headline from today's newspaper. It's like, okay, like AI can't insert that in. And whenever it started going around, like, that this was actually a picture from 2023 that had been touched up with AI, the picture got taken down off of the McConnell website post almost immediately. Like, yeah, so it's totally legit, but we're definitely not going to let you keep looking at it and digging more into it.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh man, yeah, I have been following this way too closely, which for obvious reasons. I'm originally from Kentucky. McConnell is. I didn't particularly care for him. Dad didn't like him either. Like, my dad is a hardcore Kentucky Republican, and Dad said, I haven't voted for Mitch McConnell since like 2002. Like,
it's just still there. So like, these people just never go away. And it's cartoonish that like this is where we are. We have all of these fucking geriatrics that are either dying or like barely alive. Remember they were wheeling that one chick around in the fucking wheelchair.
Diane Feinstein.
It's just like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
They were
These
literally
people are like 88 years old. Nobody would ever, like, we had Biden as fucking president, like completely fucking brain dead. They would not be hired as Walmart greeters, and yet they're running the country apparently. And we have to do these like proof of life thing. No, he's still alive.
They were wheeling Dianne Feinstein's corpse around for months.
Yeah, dude, it is fucking crazy, man. All these old people. They're so fucking old, man.
We wonder how these guys stay in office and stay in power the way they do. And one of the things that I found out back a couple months ago with like Mitch McConnell, and I always wondered why like there was never a legit challenger for him in a primary. Like more often than not, Mitch McConnell wouldn't even have a primary opponent. And it's like, why won't everybody hates this dude and knows how terrible he is. Why won't the Kentucky GOP run somebody and just get him out of the fucking seat? I found out a couple months ago, there are, so for as much as we hate Mitch McConnell, there's a lot of things he did for like the Kentucky Republicans to get them a lot of stuff that they needed to be able to govern effectively in that state, especially with like with Louisville elections in Frankfurt, which is considered the Golden Triangle, and it's the three biggest cities in the state, which are absolute liberal hellholes. to be able to allow the Republicans in Kentucky to govern effectively and fight off the liberals in that part of the state, he got Kentucky a lot of stuff, a lot of access to technology and to like voter logs and all kinds of other stuff. And so it's like, yes, as much as we hate him and as much as he's like probably one of the worst politicians of our lifetimes, he did a lot of things for the state that are objectively good things. So it's like, fuck, I really hate him, but I also get why the Kentucky Republicans never run anybody against him. It's like,
yeah. Well, and he was very effective as a politician. But it's just like, but you're just too old. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's time to hang him up. Like it's long past time to hang him up. I don't know, dude. I just find it hilarious. It's just like ridiculous that this is where we are. We have all of these fucking geriatrics, and we have to keep constantly trying to convince people that they're not old senile fucking, nursing home patients. I don't, yeah. And it's like, I don't know what I would prefer, like the next generation of like fucking Gen Z or fucking younger millennials or something, like some socialists getting in there, or Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. I don't like my choices.
And that welcome to democracy. These are your choices. Pick them.
Yeah.
And whoever gets 50% plus one, that's the one that's going. So,
oh shit.
This is why democracy is a failed experiment. Have you ever seen any of the videos about like ranked choice voting and third and fourth and fifth parties and stuff, and like the way that ends up diluting the system, where except for in like really special cases, more often than not, the addition of additional parties really just helps the first two anyway. It's like, God,
I have not seen any of those. No.
There's a whole. I watched it one time. It's like a 48-minute video that it explains the whole thing of why third, fourth, fifth, extra parties outside of the two and ranked choice voting tends to just benefit the worst option out of all of it. It's like, fuck, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, democracy is a failed system. Which is why we were supposed to be a democratic republic, but every time you have a democratic republic throughout all of human history, it eventually devolves into exactly what we're living through right the fuck now. So,
yeah. And it's also just funny that everybody predicted it too at the time. They're just like, oh, well, as soon as these fucking people realize that they can vote themselves things from other people, it's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be over. And you're a republic if you can keep it.
The founding fathers were students of history. They knew exactly what might happen, and for some reason they thought maybe that it was like, but they've never tried real communism. That's what the founding fathers, they were like, well, maybe we can get it right this time. It's like,
it was a good effort. It was a good idea. Had poor execution.
Hey, we got about 250 years out of it. That's about the average for a democracy for survival. I think in the 250 to 300 year range is where most of them end up eating themselves and going into full implosion mode. So hey, I mean, we had a good run. We made the average.
Yeah, it's like I'm reminded. Did you ever watch that show Travelers? It's pretty good. I think it was on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix series where it's like, people from in the future, they keep sending people back into the past to change, like, stop major events from happening or prevent something from happening to fix the future. And it's like, I wonder if we just kept going back and redoing like the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and everything, if we could get it, if we could get the language specific enough so that retards couldn't interpret it to fuck everything up.
So that Amy Coney Barrett wouldn't interpret it as if an illegal dumps a kid on the sidewalk somewhere in South Texas, then that kid's an American citizen now.
Correct. Or it's like, Congress can coin money, but we're going to create this Federal Reserve that's not really public, but it's private, but the government gets to appoint everybody and they can print all the money they want. Things like all these loopholes that inevitably get found because these politicians who are just servants, right? They're these public servants. It's just there's a big fence around them, and they've just been stress testing spots like the fucking the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. They're just testing the fences for weaknesses, and eventually they find a little fucking chink in the armor, and they get somebody in there to fucking exploit it. Ugh. What a fucking disaster. And the war's back on.
Yay! The more things change, the more they stay the same. We have always been at war with East Asia.
Yeah. So surprisingly, the memo of understanding didn't last very long. We're right back.
What caused it to break down this time? Because like the last 3 times that there's been some sort of a ceasefire or a peace agreement in the works, a big part of that peace agreement was no more bombing Lebanon. And then literally the next morning, Israel would be like, nah, fuck that, and bomb Lebanon. It's like, what was the breakdown this time?
I think the breakdown, the only thing that I heard was that the Iranians started to bomb a couple of ships that were going through the Straits of Hormuz. Now, I could be wrong about it. They didn't like the route that they were taking or something like that. And so they attacked some of the ships that were going through. And then we hit back, and then they hit back, and then so I don't think the Jews had a hand in this one. But the Lebanon thing is still like the only things that we're basically fighting over now, because the U.S. has basically conceded all of the other things that we were allegedly going to war over, is the Strait of Hormuz and the Lebanon issue. Like those are the only 2 things. But I don't think strikes on Lebanon is what blew this up. I think it was just like stuff in the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, it was a weird thing happened. And it was like last weekend where they hit like a ship or something that was going through because I don't know, they had some fucking issue with it, and then we attacked back, and then a week of that kind of goes through, and Trump's kind of fed up with it, and now I guess we're back to being full on war. Yeah, I don't know if this article mentions anything about that or not. I don't know how far back this goes. This is a little more recent. But yeah, so it's like, dude, watching the markets react to this too has just been the most frustrating thing. because every time there's like a deal, they seem to believe it. And then every time the deal falls apart, they seem to, it's just like, how are you guys not caught onto this game yet? It's like Lucy with the fucking football over and over again. Can you read some of these things for the listening audience?
All right, let's see. The RGC says they will control the entire strait during wartime, and as long as the U.S. evil stays in the region, not a drop of oil or gas will be exported from the region. The Islamic Republic says that they must control the entire Hormuz Strait during wartime. Trump has backed off his 20% fee and is now asserting a full blockade. I've decided to replace the 20% United States reimbursement fee with trade and investment deals that the various Gulf states will be making into the United States. And I don't know. There's a lot. It looks like just a lot of economic sanctions, and it's all about oil. Like, if we would just drill more and utilize the the Venezuelan thing that we went and did, why do we need? I mean, keep a U.S. presence there so that Iran won't move any oil in and out of the Strait of Hormuz, and then that shuts off oil to China and everywhere else, and then we can just drill our own and live off of Venezuela and not have to deal with them. It's like, let's you choke out the rest of the planet, and I don't feel like our politicians are very smart. You and I come up with better solutions to shit, just sitting here spitballing than what the official answers end up being.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, the problem is like 20% of the world's oil does flow through there. So even if like we can produce our own, like the price of oil would still go up a lot if you take 20% off the market. Dude, what a fucking unnecessary nightmare. Unnecessary. But dude, again, I think Donald Trump just underestimated how fucking stubborn people in the Middle East are. I learned this firsthand. I know I've told this story at least once on the podcast about dealing with people in the Middle East. They are irrationally stubborn. And there's a reason why they've been fighting for fucking thousands of years. And I don't care who started what. Like, it's just, they were like, it's in their blood. They're born to do this. So, like, you're not going to, Donald Trump's getting like super frustrated. He's like, I can't get a deal with him. It's like, yeah, dude. And I don't even know what else there is to bomb over there. Like, what else can we fucking bomb that we haven't already bombed? He's like, oh, we're going to hit him so hard. I thought we already bombed everything like 3 times over.
Just glass the whole fucking thing and move on.
At least then we could eliminate it as a topic of conversation.
Right. But they haven't hit everything yet because they don't want to hit civilian areas and stuff like that. They've tried to avoid all of that stuff and
yeah, I meant like strategic, strategic military thing. Like, I don't know what else they have of strategic importance that we could bomb, but yeah, not going too well over there. Let's see what's happening. The markets are closed now. Let's see how the market's closed today. See if I can do this without crashing my fucking computer. Let's see where oil is. Oh, just under $80 a barrel. Okay. 79.96. I would have thought it'd be higher. Gold's at 4,000. Silver is still under 60. I love it when they hammer precious metals because the war keeps going on. They're going to raise rates, Justin. Rate hikes are in the future. Somehow they're going to figure out how to pay, 8-9% interest on 40 trillion with a third of it rolling over in the next year. We're already spending over $1 trillion on interest alone. These people are fucking delusional, man. Absolutely. If you think there's any meaningful rate hikes coming down the pike, I got a bridge over fucking Brooklyn to sell you, because they are not going to be able to do more than maybe a couple of symbolic 25 basis point hikes. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. Maybe. I bet you they're just going to talk about it. They're going to talk about doing that, keep rates where they are, and hope that suffices as a rate hike.
They talk about it to keep the pressure on, so that everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're going to do it. And so that it'll get them to behave accordingly.
Right. And how long can they keep that game up? I mean, apparently pretty long, because Donald Trump's been talking about having a deal done back and forth for fucking 5 months now. So.
But it's like violence may not always be the answer, but usually the threat of violence is the thing that is the answer, as opposed like they don't have to do the rate hike as long as they just keep threatening the rate hike. Then everybody can get their shit in order. It's like, I don't have to punch you in the face, but as long as you think I'm going to punch you in the face and you correct your behavior,
it keeps you in line, right? Until you realize that they're incapable of throwing a punch.
Right.
At some point it gets tested. When that point is, I have no idea.
But that's when shit gets really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, me just looking at the number, I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know. We're already spending over $1 trillion a year on interest, dude. Pretty soon it's going to be 1.5 trillion. That's like 25% of all the tax revenue is just going to interest on the debt. So how high do you think they can raise these rates? Once it gets to 2 trillion, are you gonna call bullshit on the rate hike thing? Like, we'll see. Just keep hammering precious metals. That's good because of rate hikes. Anyway, is that it? Is that it for today?
That's all I had.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep an eye on things. I'm sure there's some sort of deal coming right down the pike any day now. We'll get the whole Middle East settled. Dude, my entire life they've been talking about peace in the Middle East for the last 40 years. How are they doing so far? Yeah, just like every other fucking government thing that they talk about. How are they doing so far? Every time you hear this is my rule. Every time you hear a politician say something, make some sort of promise, statement, I guarantee you, they've already been supposedly working on the issue. And so you can just ask yourself, how are they doing so far? Oh, we're going to make housing more affordable. Oh, yeah. How are they doing so far on that? How's the housing market doing? How's education doing? How's healthcare doing? How's your health insurance? Affordable? Because they've only been working on that for the last 20 years. It's been almost 20 years of fucking Obamacare. We're getting up there. All right. Any day now. Peace in the Middle East. We're just one regime change away from it being a utopia over there. And, a couple rate hikes away from a perfect strong dollar utopia domestically. But I'm sure by Friday we'll have it all figured out. Thanks for listening. And until then, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.